me see how this goes. Um, hey, hey, hey. As you come in, do come in, bring a friend, hit the like. Hey, Andre, I'm over here looking for something just because. When did I start this? Oh, you know where it is? Hold on a second. I'm not quite up. Ooh, Living Doll 1000. Welcome, welcome. It's always good. Oh, you know what? I titled this wrong. We'll get it together at 7 a.m. I don't have it pre-thing. Um, I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do with my Independence Day. I should have saw that when I did it. It's Independence Day. I am just getting myself ready for the day, and that's about it. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about two things. We are going to talk about Independence Day, what it means to you. It don't mean nothing to me. So I'm just going to want to see what it means to other folks. We're going to talk about Independence Day, and then we're going to talk about this. I put a primer on my face first after I use my moisturizer, and after I cleanse and moisturize my face. So now I learned from my good sister Marquita, who uses, because I was using the nasty ass sponge before. So now I use the brush, and actually it spreads better, and that's it. The quiz. Well, I didn't think I was gonna be up. Oh, man, please. I thought I would be asleep too. Whenever you get a day off, come in, bring a friend, hit the light, or take a hike. That's how it goes down over here. Nah, if you want to be an influencer, see, I ain't got no mirror. I'm looking into the camera. Hey, Katrina boy, how are you? So, I don't use concealer or anything else because I just use the liquid foundation as, what do they call this stuff? A protectant against all the crazy shit that's in the air. But I have to spend all day doing stuff like this because I don't like the way it looks. But it could just be this ugly ass light in here. So, and I'm still hot. So my first orders of the day today, as soon as my baby girl gets up, we are going to Walmart. And thank you, Black Diamond, because and Daryl Caesar, if you put up, I'm gonna look at the video that you put up about me in a minute, and I hope you put up the section where I'm advising you to use your life differently. Where I'm being a good friend to you, but I'm about to see just how much love you got for me when I watch that clip. Because I can't remember that night. You know, I got bad memory. Anyway, this is my everyday routine. Only because now it's too damn hot in this place, and I've been having to blow out my hair in the morning because I've sweated it in the evening because it's too damn hot. I cannot believe it. Anyway, and the second topic we're going to talk about is gonna be a liked culture. Yeah, let me say that again. A liked culture, because I don't plan on staying on Independence Day very long because I know that we was not considered members of society. He said I'm starting to focus on just us. Just us league. I can't with you this morning. You gotta be a K Street. Uh, yo, I can't with you this morning. And just to pop the eyes out, I use mascara because I just like to have the eyes just a little bit excited because I'm a little light skinned girly girl. But so I do not use concealer, even though there are a little bit of baggy bags. But what do we call that? All natural. And I hate this light. I'm gonna get my set together. Wait till I finish. I'm gonna get my set together. So y'all gonna be like, oh, she got her set together. Okay, so now we gotta wait a minute before I add. Sometimes I walk out, then I put on my lip gloss or whatever. But my lip gloss be popping. Anyway, anywho, I ain't really feeling this, but oh yes, I still got my glow. Okay, is that the light is bad? Please hold. I'll be right back. Damn, Mo, you got, you got. Yes, I gotta be. Well, I gotta be morning ready. Like shit. And the words of Marquita, it be like blend, blend, blend. Shit, I don't got time to be blend, blend, blend. Now this stuff right here be pissing me off because it's the setting spray. Who set that sucker? All right, so that's our morning routine. I don't want to be looking like a. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we are. Good morning. If you like the vibe, you should subscribe. Hit the like or take a hike. I'm just saying. Oh, you know what it was? I should. I get so. I get so. I get disturbed because you good people be here. I was supposed to be looking for this. Tomorrow I'll be better equipped because I'll be getting myself ready for work. And ready for work, I'll be doing this stuff like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know me. That's what I was supposed to be doing as I was putting on my makeup. I was supposed to be doing. Okay, so what else are we doing today? That's about it. And then I'm running to Walmart of all places because I think Walmart might have a window fan. You know the two circle ones. Because I remember back in the days I had one that was all electronic by buy or whatever. If not, I'll order it from Amazon and ship it to my job. Uh, I'm going to get my new T-shirt today. So I'm gonna rock out with my new T-shirt. Wait till y'all see it. Uh, it's right up there with the Slexing, and I couldn't find my Slexing T-shirt because you know my Slexing one would have went so nice with the nails. All right, so here we go. That's the music that God designed for me, but that's my beats that the God designed for me that I paid for, so they belong to me. And if someone uses it on their shiz, I am going to copyright you. Just so you know, my shit belongs to me because I believe in investing in myself. Anything I do, I want to do 1,000. Not crazy ass YouTube 200. I want to do 1,000. Because y'all be doing shit to the 200th degree. And I just be like, what the hell is wrong with these people? So, good morning and welcome to the Mo Knows This and Mo Knows That chat. I'm your host, Monica Mo Justice. And I'm accompanied always by the influencers. Hey, Joy Wilson. So today's influencers, just so that you know, the number one influencer for this episode is actually the voice behind it, believe it or not, Jason Bowden, and he is in the house. Bowden, he is in the house. Cryptos, World United, Daryl Caesar. Wait a second, let me do it like this. It makes life easier. Andre Kitchen, Joy Wilson, Katrina Boyd, and yours truly, Mo Mo Mo. I don't know how that just thing. I hope I said Daryl Caesar, other AKA DC, AKA Help Me. Yeah, he's just crazy. Oh, AKA what is it? A member of the Empire. Because I'm still not sure he made it. But that's how it goes. For the most part, that's my fam. This is and there's some existentials because I'm missing the K, my Quita D. Miss Ride or Die. Because they just like the people that have been been the true support behind the support. Then I'm coming up with new ladies, really building the foundation. And I'm gonna shout them out too because it's a weird dynamic how we are building, but the foundation is really shoring itself up. And I'm liking what I'm seeing, and it's crazy. So you got to give a shout out to I'm giving a shout out this morning to Nicola, aka Mrs. Coleman, um, Nicola Coleman. Um, There's Hidden Treasures is working on something phenomenal. Wait till it kicks out here. Y'all gonna be like, no, oh no, her didn't. Oh yes, we did. Then there's P. Smith and cousin Shotties. Don't forget my cousin Shotties. And it's fascinating things happening with Nikki C. So if you just like the vibe, go over there and take a look. It's different energy. And what's so unique about it, I know I'm a little off topic this morning, but what's so unique about it, it's women empowering women with the backbone of some of our men here, because there's a promoter in town. Anybody know the promoter? EB. Even though I'm so mad at him, there's EB. There is the quintessential support factors. You've got Mrs. G. You've got oh damn, I'm missing Katrina, and oh man, there's one more. Sam Francis. Can I say it any other way? Sam Francis is everywhere, anywhere, all day, every day, really supporting everybody in every sector, even those that don't really rock with each other. But I want to make this clear. These are not cliques. These are respectful. Um, I don't want to use the word unity, but these are we're going to be a conglomerate. You watch and see, and it's going to be interesting because all of this took place as a result of K Street, but we've moved more over to the left. So I'm not going to say we moved to Motown. I'm just going to say we moved more over to the left and are really building up. And I hope that what I just said is appreciated across the spectrum. But I just had to give those shout outs in the morning so that y'all know how I woke up praising um, folks' efforts to really want to do something differently and have. There's no mo-op. Yo, you got so, so instead of having a co-op, no, I didn't build these relationships. These relationships are coming together organically and they're growing out. So it's not. No one is me. These are all ladies that are in their own right, their own influence, and we're watching it. And as you watch these things, yeah, we're gonna get the dislikers because who wants to see the growth? We're tired of the weeds among us. So if it takes y'all to just be hitting a dislike button, just you're the weeds among us. We'll just continue to grow over here, and you'll just watch our blossoms. And that's it. And everyone's on a separate plateau, but then also on a combined effort, which it's rocking. I just hope y'all stick around to really see it meet its final product. And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out my moderators who always keep me well rounded. As you know, I have. I don't know why when I go to say his name, I just get the whole big smile. There's my king of foe. I'm not even willing to share him, but this one king of foe. And then yeah, I get jealous if he goes anywhere else or does anything else. I'll just be like, what about me? But there's my king of foe. And then Angela Mills, always correcting my energy and keeping my energy sound. Reckless is the number one moderator, first and foremost. With G is somewhere in the background, looking on and being in. And P Money, P Money, and he's coming out with he's gonna do an interview with me soon. I gave the okay, and then I'm like, what the hell? So let's get right into the topic for today. Let me see what video it was. Let me go back. A couple of weeks, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I dropped a short story. And the short story was about a community that I want to get the name of the short story. My short term memory is bad. But I dropped a video and I read a short story about a community that was the lottery. That's the name of it, by Shirley somebody. So every year, these people gathered to assassinate one of their own, basically, by stone. So they stoned a person to death every year. And it just seemed like the weirdest bullshit, but they were all, oops, the weirdest bull crap because they were all part of it. It was just the annual tradition. It had no foundation as to why they continued to do it. It was like it was crazy. The kids are running around collecting the rocks and thing. I'm gonna link that video somewhere up here. Um, Shirley Jackson, that's right. And it is crazy how this spazzed out. They do this every year. So they in gathering the last lady to arrive to the thing who was in her house so preoccupied she done forgot all about it. How ironic. She's in there washing her dishes and she's like, oh wait, the whole town is gone. So she goes and meets up in the circle and eventually she's the person that gets select for the stoning. And they comment in there that the younger generation finds this odd and have ruled this out in their other circles. Hey, Fanny, has ruled this out in their other circles. And it's like, wait a second, why are they doing this? But the people don't have the wherewithal to say, I don't want to participate in it. So I said that when I read that story years ago, I gave up on holidays. I personally don't do them, and it had to do with that. People was like, "Oh, maybe it's spiritual, whatever." So I'll tell y'all, I'm at this job where I worked with a woman of color, and this job really like shapes my thoughts on crazy shit. I said I don't celebrate Christmas, so they're like, "Oh, you don't do Christmas, whatever." So they had a tradition that this is when they give people extra money or whatever. I always do money though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Money, presidents, currency we do, but I don't do holidays in any event. Because I said that, they were like, so you ruin it for everybody else. Like you don't want to go to the holiday party, you don't want to do this, you don't want to. No, and quiet as a cat. I don't do hypocrites. So anything I can do to get away from being in a hypocritical circle, I'll get the fuck out quick. I'd be like the first one, don't want to go, don't want to do. Like I can't do it. I'd rather go home and be with my kids. So I said I don't do it. The first year I went to the thing, I participated in it. It was just what I thought it was. It was a fucking fuck show. So I was like, the second year I was very firm. But before we got from one Christmas where I got like $100 gift cards, so I didn't really see that as a thing because I give the gift cards to whom? My kids. So I give it to my daughter. So I really didn't think much of it. When my birthday came around and these fools had happy birthday, they had a party for me. I was like, I definitely don't celebrate my birthday. And if you don't know why, it's because Chico and I shared a birthday. And I already didn't celebrate birthdays. So I damn sure didn't celebrate him with him because his birthday dominated everything. He's a Leo. So it was like, it was his birthday all weekend, but he celebrated mine and his. So he partied for mine and he partied for his. It was just the way it was. So, especially since he passed, I didn't do birthdays. And a couple of years ago, my friend Deborah gave me a surprise party with her friends, and I was like, I was overwhelmed because I knew it was out of love and it was just trying to get me out of something, but I just don't participate. Correct. Except for that 1 year. So it's just it was just so crazy. So that year these fools sang happy birthday to me in the office. And they did the traditional happy birthday, and then the woman of color did the Stevie Wonder happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. You know the white folks there didn't know anything about it. And then she looked at me. So y'all know how I am. I'm just like, well, I am so overwhelmed. So my friend William, who's gay, he first of all, he chicken little shit. He said he told them not to do it. They did it anyway. He tried to hide and not be there because he didn't want to participate. And he shows up like right when it's like the part where I have to say thank you. So I was like, well, I appreciate that y'all took the time to celebrate me, but I don't celebrate holiday. I don't do the birthday thing because I don't want people to worship me and all this other stuff. I was like, I don't, but I didn't realize how much y'all cared about me. And right when I said that, the care cracked. Not the crack that you get from like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed that these people really care about me. But the care that I got from the like, these motherfuckers don't really care about me. They would do anything to go against me. Ooh. But because they have a ritual in the office that they share everybody's birthday, they didn't want to not do their own birthday at the expense of mine. So I was like, note to self, if I'm here next year, I will just take off. Note to self, my new job, which I was at last year, uh, I told them about it when they took me to lunch. So they didn't do the cake and whatever the other stuff is that they do. But we did go to lunch together as just the end of the year because it's in the summer, so it was like the at the end of the summer get together and so forth. So when I got downstairs in the other department, when they did their Christmas party, I didn't even want to tell them about my whole not thing. I just participated. You know why? Because there was a genuine love down there. So it wasn't just ritualistic. So it's me just saying, when I read that story, it's always changed me as why people participate in the things they participate year in and year out. Is it out of habit, habitual, or is it out of love? So when I see things done out of love, I'm all in it. When I see things just done just because that's the way we do things, fuck out of here. I'm trying. I'd be like, beep out of here. Like I'm not gonna participate in that. And that's just me. And I've learned that. So into Independence Day, what the heck is today? What are we celebrating? I already did Memorial Day, which to me is the opening act for summer. Everybody agree with me? Like I always take Memorial Day and be like, yes, summertime, summertime. I could pull out my white whatevers. I could do all my white stuff. You know what it is? Yeah, they gave me a card that year too at the job, and they had no money in it. I was like, so what are we doing? This? What is this all about? What's this all about? And that's it. I mean, I don't mind going to lunch with people. I don't mind like when it's around my birthday. Like my good friend Deborah that gave me the party. And you know what? I need to preference that a little bit better. Let me give y'all a better scenario to that. We're a couple of days apart too. We're about a week apart. Deborah and and maybe like 2 years, 2 years and a week apart. So she's like my little sister from another mister. But so all right, so I'm gonna have issues with this win. Um, Deborah had a birthday party that year, right? So no joking. I go, I leave from that the year I was still in the shelter, so that's the some other shelter. So I meet her at the projects. I pick her up at the P's, and she's going to this birthday party that she is doing it with somebody else. Now understand that I said don't do that. She done did this before because I go to her party every year or whatever she puts together in honor of her birthday. And we go to this thing, and I'm a kid, y'all not. And I got pictures of it, and I really wasn't in a good mood. So it's a freaking all white event. It's an all white affair, which I hate. Don't invite me to your all white affair because I'm not coming. I hate to wear all white. It's just it's one of those things. All white don't look right on me. It may look. I think it looks on darker complexions. I think all white. Woohoo! Go to y'all go all white thing. I normally like do a pop of color, but this time I just did the all white. Whatever dress I could find under $10, that's what I got. Yeah, y'all heard me, under $10. I wasn't even trying to spend no money. I went to back then we had this store named Daffy, so I was definitely on the whatever rack it was. Okay, so we get to the party, everything's going bad. The cake, it was just like all anything that can go bad with that party went bad with that party, right? So I go over and I see I'm like in and out of sleeping in the car because it was hot like heck. So I'm like in the car, turning on a thing, putting on the thing. I don't really care for her peeps. It's been like that all my life. I've known her now for 20, like Latia is 25 years old. So I've known her I moved to the project Latia was 3 years old. So I've known her for 22 years because she moved in a couple of months after I moved in. Anywho, I don't like her peoples. So I'm just cordial. I go and I see my friend crying. I'm like, why are you crying? She's like, oh, the cake this and the cake that and this and that. And I'm about to argue. I'm about to put a fucking, like, she's mad. And I'm just like, It's your birthday. Let's go. She's like, where we gonna go? I said, I don't know. We have our own party. Fuck out of here. Got pictures to show y'all. I'm gonna find them now. We went to AHA. I had because a growing thing with us because we grew up in the project. Our best, well, I say grew up in the projects. We raised our kids in the projects, and we could never get out because we didn't have enough money. Like if you know my story with her, we ran cable wires through our windows so that we shared the same cable bill. We shared the same phone bill. We split the job situation with daycare and who went and picked up the kids. Like we was on it like a hornet for each other. Like you couldn't mess with us when it came down to we gonna make it. Like we gonna, I'm mad that she's still there. You know, that gets me sometimes that she's still there, but everything from her going to nursing school or whatever, and me sitting down with her and studying and stuff. It's like she's the one person I left behind that if I could do anything to pull her in with me, I sure would. So if I ever like win the lotto and build a gated community, she's gonna live in my gated community. And I'll take her badass kids too, because I beat them and everything. I spanked them just like they was my own. I don't beat kids, I spank. But I raised them as if they was my own. But in any event, we broke out that shit. We went to AHA, we went to the casino, whatever. So that year, her giving me a party, and all her friends that were at my party didn't show up for her party. Or when they showed up, we had already left before the cake got cut and everything. And she was just like, we're going to leave the cake. Hell yeah, this is say goodbye. Who you need me to say goodbye to first? And that's what I did. And I walked up in there and I was just like, we're leaving. My coat, my bag, my weed. Y'all know how that goes. That's how that shit went. And we left. And she, speaking to me the following day, she was like, that was just like bold. It's like, fuck that. We out. I was like, yeah, we out. Like, we broke night inside the thing and we ended it on the beach. Just walking down the beach. But she understands me more than other people do. And that's it. But yeah. So all of this started with I don't do rituals. I don't do things. And what does Independence Day mean to you guys? Does it mean anything? Like, cause I never got into Independence Day. That's why I wanted. So, Jason, we're on the same page. That's why I wanted to emphasize Independence Day. But that's also why I wanted to celebrate the collaborations that are going on around here because I can't celebrate the 4th of July. And if you notice, all of these holidays that we have a double standard to them. Like Christmas is in twofold. It's supposed to be the birth of Jesus, but we're buying each other gifts. So can Jesus give me a gift? Like uh I don't want to go there. But Jason writes, I think about the 4th, totally agree with you. But this year I'm celebrating my freedom from BS, my freedom from group thinking, this JK community, depression, the whole nine. Yes, it's like, and that's what I thought this morning. I was like, wait a second, or actually I was thinking it like yesterday when I was like, what am I gonna do? And I'm not gonna focus on independence from colonies and all of the other stuff. I'm going to talk about personal independence, and I'm going to talk about personal taking your knowing your value and adding it to these ritual things so that you benefit from it. So if I had to be like, what's Independence Day? I probably would rock the song that y'all hear me break out the little verse. I'm independent. I make my own money. Don't tell me how to spend it. You need me, because I don't need you. Those from my girl Salt and Pepper. So y'all could go and spend that out loud. Yeah, black people shouldn't celebrate 4th of July. We were still slaves then. We should celebrate. This is a holiday, 4th of July, right? We should celebrate independence, period. For some 18-year-old right now, they're being independent of their parent. Rock on. Live that. I wish somebody up in here that's 25 years old would be a little bit more independent of me. But but that's my fault. Because I don't want nobody to leave me. So please don't leave me. Christmas means get out the strap, laugh out. It's Robin season. Ooh, I haven't done Christmas in so long that it's not even funny. It's not even funny. I don't think I've done Christmas since the year I did the not me gift to my kids. Did I ever tell you about the not me gift to my kids? I'll tell y'all quickly. Every time I turned around, I told this story before. My badass kids broke breaking something. I come home, the computer's broke. I sat on the laptop. I threw the basketball. It hit the screen. Something. Always got company in the house. I really didn't care about the company thing because I grew up in the house with all the foster kids, so we always had a lot of kids. So I understand that. But the kids wanted some kind. I think it was the. It's not the Xbox. It was the cube. It was something fucking square. Because I remember what it was. It was something freaking square. I'm trying, Jason, really hard. It was something freaking square. So it was one of the cube ones. So they have Xbox, but before Xbox, it was something GameCube. That's what it was. So the kids wanted a GameCube. Everybody next door got one. The kids upstairs got one. So my kids got one, but they didn't get it. I put it for not me. So my son, he's a little special. He's like, "Hey, mom, not me got a gift from the tree." I was like, "Yeah, I figured I'd buy not me something because every time when I asked motherfuckers around here who did something, not me did it. Not me, not me. Like not me lived in my house for real, and I wanted to evict not me." So I bought all the games, everything in that one box, right? Chico, it's like the kids did gift. Because I think he really probably bought it. So we're sitting there all day, not me's gift. They done opened all their gifts around them. The kids across the hall are playing with their system and they're like, y'all ain't got one. Oh, look at the controller. A hot freaking mess. And I went in there, and my son comes to me. We ate dinner and everything, and what's bothering him. My kids were kind of sad that Christmas. So my son comes in the bed and he lays down with me. He's like, "Hey, mom, remember not me? I'm not me all the time, but sometimes it really a tear. But I be not me. I know not me. You think I can open not me's gift?" So I was like, "Well, when was you not me?" So we go into different times when he was not me. "Hey, Marquis. Hi, Melquita." So he was just like, he owned up to being not me, and the stuff that he did is not me. And he told on his sister when she was not me. So it was just like, and I sat down, and I remember sitting down with them. And this is why this stands out so much. And I was just like, no matter what happens with us, you always have to tell me when you do something bad or good because I need to know this. I'm going to defend you no matter what. Because, and my son was like, not me was going to get a beating. So I was like, and it's true because when I didn't know which one did what, I had the option of, and my uncle used to do this, so I never wanted to do it to my kids. We would get a beating for not telling on the other person that did it. So my uncle was like, "Y'all was all there, so everybody get the same beating." And I'd be like, "Grab the belt." "Oh yeah, I was the belt grabber." Yeah, so I got the worst beatings out of everybody in the group because I And I would jump in front of the belt for other people. Like if you was hitting my cousin, I'd jump in front. Like it was, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. I can't. I don't know what was. It was just. It was a crazy. Like I hate to see them cry. So I hate to see my kids cry. So if I didn't get like an answer who did it, I just be like, so nobody gets this. Hey Diane, and I just, I just would like think, make sure your guys hit the like button. Do come in, hit the like, or take a hike. So, so it was just crazy, but and that's what my son was worrying about. He was gonna get some of the beatings that not me there. I mean, it was some crazy stuff. So I would punish both of them, but I wouldn't give them the hard discipline that I would love to have, like box somebody's head in. But then I don't really like hitting my kids anyway. So I was more of the punishment type of person because when I talk to my daughter, she was like, when Toys R Us closed down, she was so mad. She's like, "Oh, I used to go to Toys R Us every other week." I was like, "You did?" She said, "Yes, you took us to Toys R Us every other week." I was like, "Oh." So I was just like, "Oh, I did that. Did I do that?" So they was like, "Yeah, they went to Toys R Us every other week." She's like, so Toys R Us shutting down was a big deal to her because she'd been there every other week. And not to mention, she probably been there all through her 20s too, because I was just buying brat dolls until the other day, out of Toys R Us. But it's just, and those are the things I saved from the fire. Like, her room really wasn't touched by the fire, it was more water damage from the thing. And all of her dolls, that whole doll collection, she still got. But I had to have the dolls oxygenated or some shit. They closed because parents of today don't buy their kids any toys. They don't have no imagination. Their kids don't live kids' lives. They're too damn grown. They're playing whatever's on an iPad. Like there's no, some people say, oh, because people shop on the internet and stuff like that. No, it's because parents is not investing in their kids that way. They're coming up talking about, oh, that's fake stuff and oh, that's whatever. So that's it. So when I look at Independence Day, I'm looking at my own development and how well I'm doing, and how independent I am. And when I look at all of the situations that I've been in, even down to this, I don't have an air conditioner and I'm gonna get one, and Mo is gonna install it and hang it out the window her darn self, because those are all the things that make me think, it make me independent. So I have to celebrate that. And I thank you for giving me the day off with pay, because I've been doing this for a couple of years now and I've had the day off without pay. So I've been wishing that I could go to work and do somebody's job, that I could do somebody's job and get paid for it. So you want to say good morning to Roger, Scott, and John. If y'all don't know who they are, you need to check out last night's video. Why you doing this so early in the morning? When we identify Roger, Scott, and John, and how they coexist with Mo, sucks. And yes, and there is Nugget, but Nugget is not thinking about me because he's over there with his real master. I am substitute. Don't call me the B. Nugget only wants me on the rebound. Yes, so you can check out the replay from last night and you will get introduced to Roger, Scott, and John. Roger's really nice. This is the IT guy. Let me see if I remember who they are. Roger's the IT guy. Scott is segue into our new one. So I'll into the other topic for today. We got 15 minutes on that. John is security. Is a security guy at my job. And not for nothing, I meant to mention that John went to school at the local high school where I live at. So Springfield Gardens High School was my nearest high school. Not really, because August Martin is my nearest high school, but John attended Springfield Gardens High School with one of my good friends. Actually, my godson's mother's brothers all went there, and they were in the class. One of the brothers was in his class. So, and I found that out through the Facebook because John, I didn't say this last night. John sent me a friend request, and I denied his friend request. And when I went to work, he was like, "Why? You're so and so's thing." He's like, so that's me being disconnected from people. And we're going to talk about Scott. And Scott is the guy from the U-Haul company who called yesterday. So check the replay. I don't know which minute to tell you, but I'll put yesterday's video up here so that you could watch it. It'll be somewhere around here or there. I think I'm going to put it here. So that because I can do that now. Or no, it's gonna be a little wording that'll come across the thing. Anyway, Scott um, called because I complained about my recent U-Haul rental because the guy was a jerk at the checkout. So he wasn't the customer service really sucked, and it put me in a bad mood. And I didn't check to see if I had the hand truck, which I really needed because to move the boxes out of the storage unit is easy because they got dollies and everything there. But to bring the stuff up the stairs here to the fourth floor is a problem. So normally I just loaded them on the dolly and pulled the dolly up the stairs. So without the dolly, I wasn't gonna go all the way back to the U-Haul rental place and add miles on my thing. So I filed a complaint. When I filed the complaint, I made it very clear. Mistakes happen. I don't have the dolly. That they credit me for the dolly, fine. But it is that his attitude. He lacked the attitude to get me where I needed to, to make me feel comfortable as a customer. And I demand quality customer service because I'm giving you my freaking money. And his whole attitude that morning was like, yeah, well, if you don't like it, here, like, there's other U-Haul companies, like, they're a big conglomerate, so whatever. So I went on their website and I was about to complain on the website. And then I noticed that everybody was giving great shout outs to the service people there. And I was like, see, this is fucking misleading because you would think there's great service. So then I looked at my other receipts. All the people that they were shouting out on the thing do good customer service because you know me, and I rented a van a couple of times, so I know that it is true. Hmm. So last night, so I went through the U-Haul website and I filed a service concern, and I sat down and I thought it out, and I went through it, and the guy called me from his cell phone. So Scott said this is his cell phone or whatever, but I explained to him what the experience was like. So even though I felt like he was kind of cutting me off with it, but didn't know I was on YouTube live. I also felt like he understood what I was saying. Like, and I wasn't demanding any money back or whatever. I was demanding a conversation, and I said, and I do regret saying this because I was like, I never wanted somebody fired as much as I wanted him. And I think I wrote on a thing, but I believe my complaint said this is not this is not a the following complaint. I'm lodging a complaint, but it's not intended to have someone fired. It's intended to self-correct his ineffective customer service. That needs to be put a handle on. And I don't give a freakazoid if I rent a U-Haul truck in the ghetto and I rent a U-Haul truck in Beverly Hills. I want to be treated like I'm in Beverly Hills all the freaking time. I don't care what side of the track. Come on. And that's what I wanted to convey. And it's nothing. The person just checks you out. Like, he asked me all the questions over. He wanted to know, like, Where's my destination? Where am I moving to? When you rent a U-Haul, it don't ask you where you moving to. It says how many miles. So why you need to know? I'm not asking you for your address. I'm not asking you because I want to come visit. Who says that shit? And I have witnesses to that. Who says that crap? I'm sorry. I am really trying not to do potty mouth thing. Beep. You call it Timothy. No, his behind pot name was Wright. And for a black man, someone named you Ray, you has already had a rough life. Because I only could think of Ray Charles. So I could think of all Ray's issues that he had. He even have like a cool hey Ray. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for that? Hey Todd. Hit the like or take a hike. If you enjoy the vibe, you should subscribe. Hey Faith Evans. Yo, it is like crazy. It's like just the craziest thing. So that brings me to our like culture. And what do you do when you dislike customer service? Because most of the times, and I was really surprised when I went to their website that the comments there were all the positive comments, which then put my brain to thinking. I was like, okay, so they might be combating the negative reviews another way. So that's when I looked at the customer service survey, and that's where I lodged my complaint at. And then the guy said he's gonna give me $50, so we gonna ride to the Coach store in the U-Haul. But that's when I'm gonna go pick up my furniture from the furniture store. But that's after I move the furniture that I currently have, so I can know what it is I need to buy. But most of the time, when you go to these sites, you will see negative comments because we always tend to voice our dislike for service, and we seldom voice our like for service. So if it's one thing that you do today, or if you just do it one time this week, when they ask you for a survey and to give your feedback, just one time this week, give your feedback, especially if it's positive. People need to know that. I've been to Lowe's a couple of times because of this whole move thing, and I've used the survey because the people in Lowe's have helped me, especially with stripping the tub. They went me through step by step. The guy now knows my name when I come in here, but that's because I filled out the survey on the receipt afterwards, the one that they circle and they tell you, oh, write it in, you get $5. But I did it because I want the $5 because I'm a broke ass mountain. But in essence, when I came back in the store, believe it or not, the guy knew exactly who I was. I think he's a little touched, but whatever. He was like, hey, Monica. So I was like, when he was helping me, I was like, you could call me Mo. I come in there the next time, he's like, yo, Mo. I was like, hey, look at this. So I will take y'all in there. They play music though. Just because of the greeting. I don't know these people from a hole in the wall. I have never lived on their block or been in their streets. But I do reply to the customer service in the positive, and I do reply to the customer service in the negative. But I always try to do the negative, not so public unless it needs to be, because this can cost somebody their livelihood. And I really try to be balanced with it. But we need to let people know when we have good customer service. Thank you, Miss Faith, and enjoy you stepping in. Did I miss anybody else that showed up to show out? But we just got to let people know that we appreciate. So in part of being independent this week, if you go shopping or do anything, and just take the little 5 minutes to complete the surveys. Most of the time they're really not much of anything, and you get $5 back off your next thing. I mean, I'll be in there with my coupons like, what the heck? You can ask anybody been on the phone with me. Like, I went to go buy this thing and I was like, oh, wait a second, I got a coupon for that. Any not be holding on to them. Like, and if my customer service one runs out, I be calling the customer service line, be like, I did the survey, but for financial reasons, I don't really rock in the store that often, but they'll extend it. They give you another one. I'm just saying, just so you know. And that's it. Any thoughts, comments, concerns in that area? Any thoughts, comments, concerns about this as we go to the breakdown of the session? This is when I get to hear all the comments from the influencers. Knock yourselves out. Andre, anyone guess what Andre's doing next? Under the kitchen is going to the gym. They must know him in the gym by name. I gotta go to Andre. So if I ever step in Andre's kitchen's town, I'm going to the gym. Customer service is always a plus, but don't just focus on the negative experiences. What I'm trying to say to you. Also focus on the positive, because more than likely you're going to go to the website and you will see more negative comments about the establishment than good. So this is why you'll see companies like trying to fight the social media influence, and they have people just out there randomly putting good comments in there. So you have to watch. If they just say, "Oh, everybody was nice to me," I'll be like, "Yeah, bogus comment." But if someone tells you a story about someone that took them through something and took the thing apart and showed them how to put it together, good customer service. If someone tells you, "Uh-oh, let me see which one of my influencers don't want to talk in the chat," because I only have this tied to tied to YouTube stuff. Oh, I didn't see that. So apparently, one of the other channels did the people versus holidays. We didn't really do the people versus holidays. I've already discussed this before. I read the short story, The Lottery. But it's always interesting. I'm gonna check out Daryl Caesar before I go into the thing, just in case I gotta cuss you out. I'll do it ahead of time. Like, I won't take that energy in the store with me. I don't know what you make. What are you making videos of people for? What are you making videos of us for? We got our own. We doing our own plan. What are you doing? What are you up to this morning? You selling my girl's sexuality. You're like, oh, she looks good. We know you're in love with treasure, hidden treasure. Peep the name, hidden treasure. So she's already understand that she's got something going on. Why are you? I don't know. I'm gonna have to give this some more thought. How this works. There's a lot of things here, DC, because you're very clever. There's a lot of things here that are just spooky and creepy and weird. Let's stay above it. Um, and that's it. But there's no there's listen. I want to support his empire as much as possible, and I think the best way I show support, the best way I show support is just being 100. And it's not I forgot the word they use here, like when they go after people when they're laughing. Nuggets, put up the numbers. But I was trying to think of how to say it so I'm not offending, because I think he's well intentioned. No, it's not. It's not celebs. It's like we know what is really what is really interesting is that we know you love us back, but you be doing all kinds of crazy stuff that the other people can't understand why we got this much love for you. Like other people will be like, "Yo, like these are criminals with no job." You know, like it's just like it is anything to remind people of your negatives. And I totally get it. And I understand where they're coming from because they don't want people manipulated, but they don't want people falling for scams. But you just can't assume that everybody's a scammer. And that's the thing that bothers me with a lot of the stuff that goes on here. And I think that they are painting a picture like the people that support over there, what's wrong with them? Ain't a darn thing wrong with me other than I've lived in a negative environment. And I know that opposites attract. Negatives, a negative needs a positive. Simple science. And we could ask vitamin A because he might have something on this one. So I'm just trying, and this is not a negative to me. DC is not a negative that can really harm me because I'm not doing crazy shit. Like I'm not trying to be in the hangout getting nudie or anything like that. So he's not that type of threat to me. I just want to see him prosper. And yes, a lot of folks here and a lot of folks in society in your day-to-day interaction have a record. This is their past. That's why it's a record. It is documentation of what a person did once upon a time. You should be mindful of it, but it should not be the only basis for considering them for enhancements moving forward. This is why New York, of all places, really discourages the question, and I think they made a law into it, discourage the question, have you been convicted? Until the person is in the final stages of employment. Because they are trying to get a mindset that you need to look at the quality of the person before you and determine if that's a person based on their skill set that you would want to work for you. And then decide, weigh it. Do I want to move forward with them if I find out later that this person does have a criminal record? You know, how does that impact the business? Or do I want to give this person a chance? Yo, everyone freaking makes mistakes. Everyone needs an opportunity to flourish from out of their mistake. If your mistake is your foundation for everything moving forward, then you might as well write these people off forever. I'm not one to believe that. You know, I hate living in the hood, but I live here as a humbling experience whenever. I did not want to be in a shelter. I stayed there as a humbling experience because from humble beginnings, it's just, it makes me a stronger person. It makes me a more appreciative of where I am. And if that's what your takeaway is this morning, take that away. Second chances are warranted. Commend people for their customer service, good customer service. And last and least, continue to be independent and grow. So this is Mo, and I got to go.